I'm going Donovan Clingan at Connecticut. I think I might have mentioned, I can't remember if I said this on mic or off mic to you. Donovan Clingan is the player that I have been asked most about by NBA scouts, agents, sources throughout the league over the course of the last week. Clingan is Connecticut's backup center. He is 7'2", 265 pounds. He has a 14.3% block rate, and he just swallows up everything within their zone. They play him in a drop, and he's so big that like he made guys like Colin Castleton and like Charles Bediako and Musa Cisse just look like small when they were on the court, which is crazy to me. Like he made N'Faly Dante look small. N'Faly Dante is like 6'11", 7 foot, 270 pounds. No, probably like 250 maybe, I guess. And he makes those guys look small. He is so big. As an 18-year-old, 7'2" guy, he just completely swallows them up. He's a really smart, instinctual rim protector. He has very good instincts in drop coverage, and the offense is coming. Like he had 21 points and 11 rebounds against LIU Brooklyn today. LIU Brooklyn is one of the worst teams in all of college basketball. He did that in 15 minutes. He had 21 and 11 in 15 minutes. Against Florida, he was also the best player for Connecticut in that game as well. Against Colin Castleton, another potential, I would say two-way guy. I would say Castleton probably ends up on a two-way next year. Really, really good space defender, good post scorer. He dropped 16 points and had 8 rebounds in 3 blocks in 19 minutes. On top of that, I would say he was the driving force more than anything else in terms of why Colin Castleton ended up going 4 of 14 in that game. And that's a guy that is a potential like All-American this year if things really go right for Florida in SEC play. So I don't know if he is a 2023 guy or a 2024 guy. I think we need to see way more in terms of where his feel is offensively. I think we need to see way more in terms of what he can do offensively outside of score at the basket. But he looks really, really good. And he looks like I've had multiple coaches that have watched Connecticut, played Connecticut, tell me like they were a harder problem for us to solve when Clingan was on the court than Adama Sanogo. And that's how good he's been. Yeah. And Adama Sanogo is like, again, guy in the mix to be an All-American this year. So yeah, I think we need to start taking Donovan Clingan a little bit more seriously because he has legitimate elite center size, not just like, you know, oh, he's another freshman center who's limited and his drop coverage big, whatever. He's big enough to actually do it at the next level.
And believe it or not, he's kind of slimmed down and gotten his conditioning in much better shape from where it was in high school. Like what UConn's strength and conditioning program has done for him is already paying dividends. And a lot of credit does belong with Clingan in that regard. I had the unique opportunity to watch him play a lot on the AAU circuit. I think it's one of the reasons he was maybe, I don't want to say undervalued as a recruit coming into college, but he played on the hoop group circuit and wasn't necessarily playing against all of these big time sneaker, Nike, Adidas, Under Armour competition every single game that he was playing. And because of that, there wasn't a ton of size that he was going against and almost felt like he was dominating because he was just so much more massive than everybody else. One of the things that I saw from him was smart passing ability when he's doubled, because when you're a bigger guy playing against a ton of smaller players, you're going to get double teamed a lot in the post immediately when you catch the ball. I saw a really nice touch from him around the basket, some polished post moves, and that dominant defense that has clearly translated to UConn already. We wanted to know how would he look physically, being able to get up and down the floor at his size to continue to do this at the pace that college basketball is played at. And I think the conditioning that he put in over the summer has helped him get there. The other thing we wanted to see is just, can he do this against other big men? Can he do this consistently on a night-to-night basis? Because he is so big. He is smart with angles. I think he's got great touch near the basket. But the way that UConn is so well spaced on offense and the way that everybody on the perimeter competes on defense, they funnel everything towards him so he can sit back and protect the rim. And they get him a ton of open dunks near the basket. That isn't to say that Clingan isn't responsible for his own kind of uprise right now. He's been so good. But I am a huge fan of Clingan long-term.
Yeah. And again, like, I'm not sure if he's a 2023 or a 2024. I think it's close. Like, it could go either way depending on how the rest of the season goes. But he's someone that scouts are now pretty interested in. And like, people are kind of trying to learn as much information as they can get about him because he looks as good as he does.